Hello everybody! For tonight's show and tell, we are going to tour the Harbor Subdivision with a Google Earth flyover that you are seeing here. And I'm going to get into how LAX is the fourth circle of hell, and also how the Harbor Subdivision could potentially fit into my streetcar proposal, allowing us to escape from said circle of hell. Now, the Harbor Subdivision was built by the ATSF Railroad in the early 1900s, and up until 2002, it served as the BNSF Railroad's entrance to the Port of Los Angeles. BNSF being the successor of the ATSF Railroad once they merged with the Burlington Northern Railroad. So the Harbor Subdivision saw heavy freight rail traffic up until 2002, when the Alameda Corridor, a grade-separated freight expressway, was built up Alameda Street, connecting the Port of Los Angeles with the historic rail yards on the east side of the Los Angeles River. With the completion of the Alameda Trench, a joint venture between the Union Pacific and BNSF railroads, the Harbor Subdivision, BNSF's old route to the harbor, was no longer needed. And some years after that was purchased by the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transit Authority, or as you know them, LA Metro, in order to preserve the rail corridor for future development as an extension of Metro's Green Line, which currently ends in Redondo Beach. After being purchased by Metro, though, the Harbor Subdivision has been almost entirely disused. While not technically abandoned, it only ever sees revenue service when a detour around the Alameda Corridor is necessary due to maintenance or any other reason. Thanks to the passage of Measure M this past November, we now know that the Green Line will definitely be extended at least as far south as Torrance, although no funds have been made available for an extension further south than that, at least for the time being. Unless, for those of you who've been following my fever dream of sparking a public transportation revolution south of downtown Los Angeles, you might remember the third section of my original streetcar proposal, which crosses the LA River at Drake Park to connect with existing freight rail tracks. Those same freight rail tracks could just as easily be used to connect to the existing Harbor Subdivision, which could mean direct rail service from downtown Long Beach to Los Angeles International Airport. Now, if you enjoy driving to LAX, you either own an airship or enjoy pain. I've heard the pickup and drop-off experience at LAX described as the fourth circle of hell, among other things, and I would probably agree with that assessment, wouldn't you? For those of you that have never enjoyed the LAX experience, first of all, I hope you never will before the People Mover and the new Green Line stations are constructed. But not only do you have to get there along the heavily congested 405 freeway or the 105 freeway, which is better than the 405, but not substantially better. After your grueling journey across the Century Freeway or the 405, you're there. You're out of the woods. You're at LAX. Just kidding. Once you get there, it's just a constant traffic jam moving in circles. It is probably how I would envision hell. Is just sitting in your car at LAX forever with a highway patrolman at the curb yelling at you no, you can't stop here! You can't stop here! It's like, I've been here for 1,000 years. Essentially, to help you visualize it, imagine the 405 freeway at rush hour in a Mobius circle, an infinite loop, if you will. Just imagine that traffic, that environment forever in a circle. If that experience doesn't excite you towards the possibility of an alternative to it, I don't think anything will. Well, enjoy the rest of the bird's eye view, and I hope you find fantasizing about this alternative way that we might be able to get to Torrance and LAX as much as I do. Thanks again for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe, and join me next time as we look into population density changes in the areas around the proposed routes.